Hello everybody, my name is Nadia and I'm a University of Utah graduate. I graduated from the U with a Bachelor of Science in Biology in 2023 and I will be attending their dental school in the fall as well, and I'll be graduating from that program in 2028 as a dentist. So I'm making this video to kind of give you like a summarized pros list of attending the U, and this is going to be mostly focused on attending as an undergrad. And I'm hoping that with this video I can help some of you who are in high school or maybe thinking about going to college or transferring to decide whether you want to go to the University of Utah or another school. So hopefully this helps some of you. The first pro that I think of is lots of research opportunities. So the University of Utah is a heavily research focused institution, and I would say that basically like all the faculty, if not at least the full-time faculty that are there, are focused on research, and they'll talk about this in their classes as well. They'll mention what their research project is, and if there's students that are interested, they join their project usually. But yeah, so a lot of the faculty are focused on research, and so the school puts a lot of money into it. They make a lot of money from it, and it is a heavy focus of the school. So if you're interested in doing research, or if you're, let's say, interested in applying to medical school, dental school, pharmacy school, whatever it is, and you're looking for research opportunity, I think that you would be a good school to attend because you can get a lot of exposure to research at the institutions. Next thing on the list is good Greek life on campus. So I personally wasn't involved in Greek life, and I wasn't really in a sorority, but I was around a lot of classmates and peers that were involved in Greek life and sororities and fraternities, and they all seemed to enjoy the experience, and I'd say there's a good bit of Greek life on campus. They do a lot of activities, and just I hear a lot of students being a part of them and enjoying their experience. So if that's something that you're looking for, I would say that the U has a good amount of it. It's not like the University of Alabama that, like it's like a huge part of their school, but there's a good amount of people that are involved, and we definitely have a good like list of sororities and fraternities that you could join. So next on the list is just the beautiful campus itself and the outdoor activities that are close by. So if you didn't know, Utah is known for skiing and just a lot of activities in the winter, and also water activities. We have a ton of lakes close by. So if you're into winter activities and water activities, I would say the U is the place for you, because there's so many students on campus that just basically like between classes they go to the mountains for a quick ski trip. It's really fun, and I personally am not involved in it, but I've heard great things about it. I've heard that, like there's a ton of opportunities to be able to go in the mountains and do that. So if that's your thing, I recommend the U. And then the campus itself is also gorgeous. My favorite part of the campus is the President's Circle. It has a ton of old buildings that were built like in the 1860s and 1870s that are still there, and it's just a beautiful part of campus. And there's also fall foliage. In the winter it's gorgeous, and in the spring there's a ton of beautiful flowers. So you definitely won't get bored of the campus. It's really pretty, and there's a mix of like modern and old buildings. So whatever your vibe is, you can like go to different parts of campus for studying. The next one is really fun, and it is the football games and being a part of the MUS. So the MUS is the Mighty Utah Student Section, and it's the student section for the football games, and a lot of people go, and it is fairly cheap to get a pass for the entire season for all the home games. I paid $70 to be able to have a MUS pass, and I can just go to any of the home games with the $70 that I paid for. And then you can also like go to tailgating events and enjoy the free food that's there. But yeah, it's really fun. I've been to a couple games, and I'm excited to enjoy more games this year as well. But yeah, it's a really like cool thing to be a part of, because it gets so loud and you just enjoy the student experience, of being in college. And if you want to enjoy the college life, the MUS is definitely something that you want to join, because that will get you the college experience that you're looking for. There's a lot of other sports teams and sports varieties, such as the basketball games and the soccer games, and gymnastics I've heard is really good as well. And because we live in a state that gets a lot of snow, our ski team is really good as well. So if you want to join the sports teams themselves, or if you just want to watch, there's a ton of variety and options that you can join and enjoy as well. I've also heard that recently there is a powerlifting group, like a powerlifting club on campus as well. So whatever sports you're into, I'm sure there's something for you on campus. Next thing that I don't know if every school in the US does this, but the U does this, and I know the community college here in Utah does this as well. But basically, with your student ID, you are able to access the tracks, which is just the fast trains that go around the city. And then you're also able to access the public buses. So if you want to live in downtown Salt Lake City, for example, and then just take the tracks or take the bus up to the U, it's very easy to do that. It's pretty straightforward. And it does get you to campus pretty fast and reliably as well. Next thing that I want to get into is scholarships. I would say there's a good amount of scholarships that you can apply to at the U. There are some students that struggle with finding scholarships due to different circumstances, but me as a first generation student and also as somebody that came from a low income background, I was able to get scholarships pretty easily, I would say. The only semester that I didn't get scholarships to cover my tuition was my last semester as an undergrad. I had to take out about $2,000 in student loans, which I don't think is a problem because in retrospective, I was able to pay for basically almost all of my undergrad years and semesters with just scholarships and the Pell Grant. So I would say that there's a relatively good amount of scholarships on campus. Another thing about the campus that I think is a pro is that there is lots of events going on campus. I was unfortunately a bio major, and so I didn't have a ton of time to, go around campus and look for different events. But if your major is something that is more relaxed and you have more free time, or if you just manage your time well, I think you can attend a lot of events around campus. They do a ton of different events centered around culture or dance, and there's a lot of job fairs, just a lot of different events that you can go to, and most of these events have free food. So being a student, being on a budget, free food is always something that you should look for. So I recommend going to some of those campus events, and that's something that the U doesn't struggle with. Speaking of food, another pro is that the U is pretty close to downtown Salt Lake City, and there's a fair amount of good food options that are not super expensive. So if you don't want the food on campus, or if you just don't want to leave campus for a little bit, there's a good amount of food options close by. And that concludes my list of pros for attending the University of Utah as an undergrad student. If you still have any lingering questions, or if you have thoughts that you want to share with me, feel free to drop them in the comments below, and I'll make sure to read and respond to those. And thank you for watching.